Jamie and April, welcome to FrightFest.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's very exciting, very exciting.
So have you guys been to FrightFest before?
Have you?
I have, yeah.
You've played FrightFest?
I have.
Yeah, you've played FrightFest before, haven't you?
It was called Belly of the Bulldog at the time, but it's now Tank 432.
That's
and that
right.
was my first FrightFest experience, and it was amazing. The crowd were so into it that they had masks, there were things that were thrown. It was pretty cool.
Pretty wild.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, we're just on the eve of the world premiere of your new film.
Yeah.
And please tell us something about it.
Well, I mean, right now...
non-spoiler
The
way.
non-spoiler... That's the tricky thing with this movie. I mean, the crazy thing is, tonight, 1,200 people or whatever are going to watch this movie. Up until this point, I think 10 people have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So those 10 people have seen it about 50,000 times each.
And now we all hate it and pick holes in it to the point
Yeah,
where...
and you're just like, is that the right font? Should we have gone with that font? Should we change the whole thing? But how would you set it? Do you want to do that?
So,
you do the plot.
a woman who is suffering from amnesia tries to figure out what her father told her the night that he committed suicide. And there are lots of twists and turns while she's trying to figure it out, and some scary small people.
Perfect.
Children.
Perfect.
Children.
Yeah,
Small
say.
people.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
small
And
people.
April, you are not only the star, or one of the stars of the film, you're also one of the producers, aren't you?
Yeah, I
So-
kind of just bulldozed everyone into making it for me. I think that's what a producer does, to be honest. But
And you did it very well.
Thanks.
And she's amazing in the movie. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's been a movie. It's been around since like 2012. The script. So it's been a project that's taken a long time to get going.
Mm-hmm.
So when we finally got in a position to do it, and we shot it in like 12 days.
Wow.
So definitely the hardest shoot of our lives, I would say.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What's
There were
the
times where
issue?
we were shooting for such a long time that I had to wrap the sound department for them to be, safe to get home. And then I was doing scenes where it was like MOS. I couldn't have my voice in it,
Yeah.
and the sun was coming up, but we got it done.
And it's an incredibly ambitious film, isn't it? I mean, it's spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we wanted it to. It's obviously an indie film, but the key thing was we wanted it to look and feel big, even though we didn't have a huge budget. We had an incredible cast. The cast that we got were literally all first choices. So,
Take us through the cast.
so
Because it
we've
is
got,
incredible.
Yeah, April, obviously. Blake Harrison, who I just absolutely adore. Robbie G, James Cosmo, James Dreyfus, Samantha Bond, Patrick Bergen. The cast is just
And
incredible.
of course, our old FrightFest friend Steve Oram.
Steve Oram.
You looked as if there was
you can't
an
slight
applause.
Steve.
We never forget Steve. I've done how many? I've done
Three.
three movies with Steve now.
Wow.
He's a good. He lives literally around the corner from us in Brighton, so he's a good friend. And he's
Oh.
the thing with Steve is he's just great every single time. Like Steve is
Yeah.
just amazing. He's great to work with. He's funny and yeah, he's wicked in the movie.
But can you imagine how stressful and intimidating it is for me as the person who's kind of in most of the scenes, and the rest of the scenes are with these kind of giants of British film and TV. It was quite intimidating.
Did that help you though, from an acting
Oh, 100%.
perspective?
Yeah. I really felt like I was raising my game throughout, actually. You can't not when someone like James Cosmo turns up, sits down, and the camera starts rolling and he could do nothing, and it would be interesting. And, and for Robbie G as well, we just really, to have him as a scene partner, we kind of got into the nitty-gritty, and it was really, I learned a lot from all of them. And Samantha Bond as well,
Sam's great. Yeah.
being in a room with a Bond girl and someone who's just been around the block so many times, it's impossible not to be completely intimidated, but also in awe of their talent. And yes, I raised my game, I think.
You did.
And April, you've done some genre before. Jamie, this is
Yeah.
your first genre piece, isn't it? I think.
No.
Or am I wrong?
I-
Tell me your background. Tell us your past.
So it was my 15th feature,
Yeah.
I think. So I'd done a horror called Fractured before, and I'd done another horror called Caught, which was set in the 70s. So I dabbled before. Horror's always been my favourite genre. This is very much more on the psychological horror side.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always been something I sort of then go off and I'll do something very different. I didn't write the script, written by Christian J. Hearn, who wrote Fractured, that other movie I did. So yeah, no, I knew what it took to make this movie in 12 days, because we never had more than 12 days to shoot any of my films I've ever done. So yeah, but this is definitely the biggest. It feels the biggest visually of anything I've done. So.
And how do you feel about it screening at FrightFest tonight on the IMAX screen?
I mean, I am shitting it. Can you? Yeah, I'm shitting it. You're proper shitting it. Like
there's quite a few like super close-ups in this film,
So
and they're going to
many
be
close-ups.
real big.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's...
It's a dream come true, though, isn't it? Like,
is a dream
for a
come true.
filmmaker to have
Yeah.
your film play in an IMAX screen with people who've paid to be there, it's like that's the pinnacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially after the year we've had, being able to show the film in front of actual people and have their reaction, good and bad, is just for a creative person. It's just something to soak in completely.
Yeah. And what's happening distribution-wise with the film? Have you heard anything yet? I know this is the first audience in the world to see it.
Yeah.
But have you
Can we
heard
say?
anything?
Yeah.
Can we say?
It's up to you.
I actually don't know.
We'll tell you, and then our producer might tell us to cut that bit out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we sold the film to Vertical. So it's
Oh,
doing, it'll do theatrical in America probably first, and then it'll come out over here.
Great.
So we're sorting out all the deliverables for that. But we're really excited about that. They love the movie.
Yeah.
It'll be my second film, I think, to do theatrical in America. The first
Brilliant.
one.
Congratulations.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the people didn't love the first one, so hopefully the second one goes a lot better. But yeah, I think Vertical seemed great, and I think we were allowed to tell you that. Otherwise,
Otherwise, we'll shut it out.
yeah.
And what's next for both of you?
I'm doing a couple of TV shows. Kind of is what I'm writing a TV show. I've created a TV show with I can't say no, someone quite famous. And then another TV show called Bad Priest, which is kind of like a dark TV thing. It's kind of what I've been trying to get into TV for a while, but
Right.
it's not been the easiest.
Bad Priest.
Bad Priest, yeah.
Okay,
It's
sounds
pretty
good.
dark,
Can
yeah.
you give us a
Think
little...
Sexy Priest from Fleabag mixed
Okay.
with Peaky Blinders.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sold as
kind
seen.
of. Yeah.
And what about you, April?
I had a lockdown project that turned into a kind of it's sort of taken over from my acting for the time being, which has been quite a nice relief, to be honest, because acting sucks for 98% of the time. And it's a podcast called Are You Michelle from Skins, and I interview creative people who are known and associated with that one time in their lives or that one character, and we've had some fantastic guests, and we're in the second series now of the podcast. It started on Instagram as an IGTV, and now it's a full-blown podcast, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying having autonomy and some control over something for once. Obviously, if you want to cast me in something, that's fine. I'll make time, but yeah, it's kind of that's my focus at the moment.
Fantastic. Well, good luck on all the projects.
Thank you.
Have you got a final thing to say to the FrightFest audience on the FrightFest TV out there?
Oh, hi guys. If you really like the film, please come up and tell us after how much you liked it. If you didn't like it, speak to April. So that would be great. Yeah, if you want anything to add to that?
If you liked it, watch Fractured and Caught.
Well done. A little bit unlike that.
There you go. A little bit of a plug in.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Because you
so
probably
much,
won't
guys.
like them.
No.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.